All right. Ready to take a deep dive into all the Premier League action this week.
Always ready for some football talk.
So we've got some interesting results to break down, a few surprises in the standings,
Mm-hmm.
and, well, obviously the biggest match in English football coming up this Sunday.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
Okay, so let's kick things off with Manchester City.
All right.
They absolutely destroyed West Ham 4-1.
Yep.
That's their second win in a row now. But the thing is,
Yeah.
even with those wins, they're still trailing Liverpool by quite a bit.
11 points, to be precise.
Right, 11 points.
And don't forget, Liverpool has 2 games in hand.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
If you're looking at the bigger picture here, I mean,
Yeah.
City needs more than just wins.
I mean, for sure.
They need Liverpool to actually, drop points if they really want to catch up.
Yeah, definitely a tall order. And speaking of impressive feats, Erling Haaland just keeps scoring goals.
He does, doesn't he?
2 more goals in that West Ham match, just adding to his ridiculous total this season.
You know, the fascinating thing about Haaland
Yeah.
isn't just how many goals he scores, but the ways he scores them.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I mean, open play, set pieces, with his head, with his feet.
Right, right.
He's like the complete striker, and that's what makes him so difficult to defend against.
Yeah, absolutely. A force to be reckoned with. Okay, so let's shift gears for a sec.
Okay.
Let's talk about a team facing a very different kind of challenge.
Okay.
Chelsea.
Right.
They drew with Crystal Palace, 1-1.
Yep.
That's now 4 games in a row without a win.
It's rough.
I mean, what's going on there?
It's a puzzle, really. I mean, they've got a talented squad,
Yeah.
but they're struggling, big time to find any consistency. Think about Brentford coming up.
Oh, right, yeah.
And, Brentford, they're well organized. They
Yeah.
can exploit any defensive weaknesses.
Yeah,
This could be a make-or-break match for Chelsea.
for sure.
We'll see if they can turn things around or if this slump is going to stick around.
All right, well, we'll definitely be watching that one closely. So while Chelsea is trying to break out of their slump, Newcastle are on a roll.
5 wins in a row.
5 wins in a row, yeah.
Yeah.
Their latest victory, 2-1 against Tottenham.
Impressive stuff.
I mean, they're playing with so much confidence right now.
Yeah, the question is,
Yeah,
can they keep this up?
right?
Can they snag a Champions League spot?
I mean,
The top of the table is crowded. Every point is a battle.
they're in the mix, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not forget about the other end of the table, though.
Right, the relegation battle.
Yeah, we have to talk about Nottingham Forest,
Yeah.
currently at the bottom.
Yeah.
They're in a tough spot.
Their defense has been, pretty leaky this season.
Lots of goals conceded.
They need to figure out how to shore up that back line if they want any chance of staying up.
It's going to be a real fight.
Yeah.
And just above them, you've got Bournemouth,
Yeah. Struggling to find the back of the net.
not scoring enough goals.
That's a problem if you want to survive in this league. They've got to find a way to create more chances and then actually finish them.
I mean, you need goals to win games.
Mm-hmm.
And just above Bournemouth, you've got Southampton,
Yeah.
sort of teetering above that relegation zone.
Their problem has been consistency, or lack thereof, I guess.
Up and down all season.
Yeah. And the pressure, it's mounting on their manager, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Can he rally the troops and get them out of danger?
Big questions for Southampton.
All right, well, it's going to be a nail-biting finish for those teams at the bottom. But speaking of nail-biting, we have to talk about this weekend's big match,
Liverpool versus Manchester United.
the one and only.
It's more than just a match. It's like
Absolutely.
a clash of titans.
Yeah.
A rivalry. I mean, it's steeped in history, passion.
And this time around, I mean,
Yeah,
the context just makes it even more interesting.
totally.
You've got Liverpool at the top of their game, and then Manchester United just desperately trying to salvage their season.
Struggling, that's for sure. Lost their last 4.
Can they pull off the upset?
I mean, it's a David versus Goliath situation, right?
Yeah,
But anything can happen in football.
especially in a rivalry match.
Exactly. Emotions run high. For Manchester United, the key's going to be disrupting Liverpool's midfield.
Yeah, that's their strength.
If they can do that,
Yeah.
they just might have a chance.
Now, on Liverpool's side, their manager's got some tough decisions.
Oh, yeah, with those injuries.
Lineup changes to think about.
Joe Gomez is out.
Right.
That leaves a hole in their defense.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how the manager adjusts.
Especially against Manchester United.
They'll be looking for goals, that's for sure.
It's going to be a chess match, both on and off the pitch.
Absolutely. The tactics.
Yeah.
Individual battles, the psychological warfare.
Yeah,
That's what makes this rivalry so captivating.
absolutely. So, while the rivalry is obviously the main event, There are other matches this weekend worth keeping an eye on.
Oh, for sure. The Premier League is a tapestry. It's all connected. Each match adds to the story. So yeah, let's take a look at a few other key fixtures that could shake things up a bit. Arsenal, sitting pretty in second place, 6 points behind Liverpool.
Right.
They got a tough match coming up.
Yeah.
Away against Brighton.
You know, Brighton's been a bit of a giant killer this season.
They have, haven't they?
Taking points off some of the top teams.
Their style of play is really something.
I enjoy watching them.
Yeah, they're not afraid of anyone. And their manager,
Yeah.
he's got them believing,
They believe they can win, for sure.
For Arsenal, this is a potential banana peel, you could say.
Oh, yeah.
They underestimate Brighton.
Yeah.
It could be a nasty surprise.
Definitely can't afford to drop points. Not if they want to stay close to Liverpool. Now, Chelsea, as we mentioned,
Yeah.
looking to snap that winless streak. They're hosting Brentford.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Brentford, I mean,
Yeah.
they're lower in the table, but
Yeah.
they've got this knack for upsetting the big teams.
Right, right.
They play with intensity, real tactical discipline.
Yeah.
For Chelsea, this is, it's a real test. Can they overcome these struggles?
Right.
Find a way to break down that Brentford defense.
Big questions for Chelsea. Let's see if they can answer them. And then there's Tottenham.
Right? Hoping to bounce back after that loss to Newcastle.
Yep. They're going to Goodison Park,
To face Everton.
who are, let's not forget, fighting for their Premier League lives.
Exactly. And they're going to be fired up for this one, that's for sure.
Especially at home.
Oh, yeah, they can grind out results at Goodison.
This is a real clash of styles.
Hmm.
You know, Tottenham with their attack
Mm-hmm.
for flair,
Ooh.
and Everton
Yeah.
much more,
Pragmatic.
pragmatic. It's just a reminder that every match in this league
Yeah,
has its own story,
it does.
its own challenges, opportunities.
Absolutely.
But, okay, let's circle back to the main event.
Liverpool, Manchester United.
We've talked tactics. We've talked about what's at stake.
Mm-hmm.
But who are the players?
The individuals.
Yeah, who are you watching?
That's where the real drama is,
Right.
right? The battles within the battle.
Exactly.
For Liverpool, well, all eyes are going to be on Mo Salah.
I mean, he's been incredible this season,
Goals galore.
but Manchester United has their own threat.
Rashford.
Rashford, yeah.
Yeah, he's been a little inconsistent,
Mm.
but on his day,
He's unstoppable.
unplayable. Okay, then in midfield,
Yeah.
you've got Fabinho for Liverpool and
Casemiro
Casemiro for United, two of the best defensive midfielders in the world.
going head to head.
It's going to be fascinating. Fabinho,
Yeah.
with his ability to break up play, dictate the tempo
Yeah.
against Casemiro.
The master of shielding that defense, yeah.
Winning those aerial duels, whoever wins that battle could decide the entire match.
Absolutely. It's those individual matchups that can make all the difference. You know, you mentioned earlier that this rivalry is about more than just 90 minutes on the pitch.
Oh, yeah.
What did you mean by that?
Well, think about the history,
Yeah.
over a century of this rivalry. Iconic moments, legendary players, unforgettable matches.
It's more than just a game.
It's a clash of cultures, identities, even footballing philosophies, I'd say.
Yeah, it runs deep.
And for the fans,
Yeah.
these matches, they're more than just entertainment.
Right.
It's personal, bragging rights, a sense of belonging,
Yeah.
the shared history. It all just adds to the intensity, the emotional weight of this rivalry.
That's what makes football so captivating, right?
It is.
The connection, the passion, the
Yeah.
shared experience. And the Premier League, I mean,
Yeah.
they know how to amplify all of that.
They do. The global reach, the marketing.
Mm-hmm.
They've turned this rivalry into a worldwide spectacle.
Millions watching around the world.
A testament to the power of football, really.
Yeah. To bring people together no matter where they are, it's a cultural phenomenon at this point.
Absolutely. A symbol of English football's dominance.
But we have to remember, the Premier League's success isn't just built on rivalries and marketing.
You're right.
At its core, it's about the quality of football.
Yeah, the speed, the intensity, the tactics.
The best players in the world.
They want to play in the Premier League. And that competition, it drives the standard higher and higher.
It's incredible to watch.
And it's not just the players.
The managers, too.
Oh, yeah. Some of the most brilliant minds in the game are managing the Premier League right now.
Yeah. Klopp, Guardiola, Ten Hag.
They're constantly innovating, always looking for an edge.
It's a league that never stands still. Always evolving, always finding new ways to surprise us.
And entertain us.
Okay, But let's shift gears a bit here.
Okay.
Let's talk about the financial side of the Premier League.
Ah, yes.
It's a bit of an elephant in the room, isn't it?
You can't ignore it.
I mean, the Premier League is a financial behemoth.
It is. TV deals, sponsorships, global merchandising,
It's a money-making machine.
billions of dollars in revenue.
And that financial power, it has an impact on everything.
Oh, yeah. From player wages to transfer fees.
It creates this hyper-competitive environment
Where clubs are constantly trying to outspend each other.
to get the best players,
It's an arms race.
which leads to an interesting question.
Yeah.
Is it sustainable?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
I mean, the gap between the Premier League and other leagues is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and there are worries about what that means in the long run.
Right. Some say this is creating a two-tier system,
Where the Premier League clubs hoard all the best talent.
leaving other leagues struggling to compete.
It's a complex issue.
No easy answers.
But it's a conversation we need to have.
If we care about the future of the sport.
Absolutely. The financial landscape is always shifting. And it'll be interesting to see how the Premier League navigates all this in the coming years.
For sure. But, while money is obviously important, let's not forget about the human side of the game.
Right.
I mean, the Premier League is full of these incredible individual stories,
Of players overcoming challenges, achieving their dreams.
like Bukayo Saka.
The young Arsenal star.
Yeah, come up through the ranks.
Okay.
Now one of the most exciting players in the league.
Or Jude Bellingham.
Left his boyhood club to pursue his Premier League dream. Now a key player for Manchester United.
It's those stories that really connect with the fans.
They remind us why we love this sport.
It's about more than trophies and money. It's about ambition, resilience, that pursuit of excellence.
Beautifully said.
We were talking earlier about the global reach of the Premier League, millions watching around the world.
Yeah.
What impact is that having on the game itself?
It's had a profound impact, both positive and negative.
Okay, so on the one hand, it's exposed so many people to the beauty of English football.
Right. Inspiring new players, new fans all over the world.
Exactly. And it's brought in a lot of investment.
No, not just in England.
No, in other countries as well.
But there's a flip side, right?
There is.
There are concerns about the commercialization, the feeling that it's becoming more about money.
And less about the fans.
Exactly. Is the soul of the game being lost?
That's the worry. Ticket prices are going up.
Making it harder for the average fan to attend.
And there's this sense that the Premier League is becoming detached from its local communities.
Prioritizing those global markets.
It's a balancing act, that's for sure.
They need to find a way to keep that global appeal without alienating their core supporters.
That's the challenge.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
All right, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive.
We have to remember it's the fans that make the Premier League what it is.
Could agree more.
Their passion, their loyalty, that unwavering support.
Yeah.
That's the heart and soul of the league, really.
Yeah. It's easy to lose sight of that sometimes, with all the talk about money and global expansion. But you step into one of those stadiums, the atmosphere, the chants, the banners.
It's electric.
The pre-match rituals. I mean,
It's unique.
It's what makes it so special.
It reminds you that football, at its core,
Yeah.
it's a community sport.
It brings people together.
Creates a shared experience,
Forges those bonds.
Exactly. And the Premier League, even with its global reach, it still has those roots.
Deep within those local communities.
Absolutely. Think about the clubs that have climbed their way up.
Yeah.
The clubs that represent entire towns, cities.
Yeah, Newcastle, for example.
Exactly.
Their success has been huge for that city.
Brought a sense of pride, optimism.
It's a reminder that football can be such a force for good.
It can be a catalyst for change, for building community.
Yeah, definitely something the Premier League should remember as it keeps growing.
They need to balance those global ambitions with their responsibility to those communities.
All right, so we've talked about the past, the present. What about the future?
The future of the Premier League.
Yeah. What are the big trends, the developments that are going to shape the league in the years to come?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is that financial gap.
Between the top clubs and everyone else.
Yeah, it's a trend across Europe, but
Especially noticeable in the Premier League.
it is. So the question is, can anything be done about it?
Right, right.
Some people think the Premier League needs stricter financial rules.
Like in other leagues.
Exactly. Others believe the solution is in how that TV money gets distributed.
More fairly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a debate that's not going away anytime soon.
For sure. What else?
Data.
Data.
The use of data and analytics in football.
Oh, yeah.
It's already changing the game.
We've seen it in other sports.
Clubs are using data to scout players.
Right.
Analyze opponents.
Develop tactics.
Exactly. It's adding a whole new level of complexity.
And it's changing how we understand and appreciate the game.
Absolutely. And then there's technology.
Technology and the fan experience.
Yeah, we're seeing so many innovations.
Trying to improve how fans consume football.
Virtual reality, augmented reality. I mean, who knows what's next?
The challenge for the Premier League is to embrace these new things without losing sight of what's important.
The core values.
Keeping the fans at the heart of it all.
That's key.
Yeah.
You know, the Premier League, it's such a fascinating, complex thing.
It is.
A product of its history, its culture, and, yeah, its global reach.
Constantly evolving. Pushing boundaries.
Making us rethink what football can be.
And as we've seen in this deep dive, it's a league full of stories.
Full of drama, full of passion.
So to wrap things up, we encourage you, the listener, to keep engaging with the Premier League.
Keep questioning, keep analyzing, keep celebrating.
It's a league that deserves our attention.
It offers something for everyone.
And at its best, it shows us the beauty and the power of this beautiful game.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, well, on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.